Hello everyone, my name is Akash Parik and in today's video we are going to solve a question which has appeared in GATE 2018 and the question is from TOC. In this question we have four languages, this 1, 2, 3 and 4, and the question asks that which of the above languages are context free. So we have to tell that which of the above languages are context free. So context free languages are languages generated by a context free grammar. So they are basically generated by a context free grammar. So one example of a context free language is a to the power n, b to the power n. And like for regular language, if a language is regular or not, we can check it, or we can say that if we can make a DFA for that language is regular. In the same way, if our language is context free language, if we can make a push down automata for that language, right? So if we can make a push down automata, by push down automata we mean that if we can do some operation on a stack, so we can say that the operation so that the language is context free language or not. So suppose just I don't know if you might know post on automata or you might not. Just give you the flavor that how it works. So suppose I have to prove that this language is a context free language, then what I will do is that I will push all the a's into the stack. So I'll push all the a's. Suppose I have a to the power 4, b to the power 160. So I'll push all the a's. A. So initially in this stack, suppose there is one special symbol z. Z denotes that this is the last position of the stack, suppose. And now I'm pushing 4 a's. I'm pushing 1a, 2a, 3a, 4a. And now whenever a b comes, I will pop a a. So 1b, so there are 4 b's. One B came and I will pop that A. Another B came, I'll pop A. Another B came, I pop A, and so on. And now when all the B's are over, all the A's are also over. And the only symbol which is left in the stack is the symbol which was initially there. So we can say that this language is a context free language. So in this way we can see so what we have basically done is that we have checked that these two numbers, number n and this n are same or not, right? So it may be that this is a to the m and this is b to the power n. We have to check that m equals to n or m may not equals to n. So can we say that this language is a context free language or not? So likewise in this question also we have to see that whether out of the four languages which of them are contextual language and which of them are not contextual languages. So starting with the first one, so it is in this they are telling that we have a to the power m, b to the power n, c to the power p and d to the power q, and the condition is that m plus p equals n plus q. So we have to prove that m plus p should equal n plus q. So if we can prove this by seeing this string, that means this string will be a context free language. But we can modify this condition and we can write this condition as m minus n equals to q minus p, and this is much easier to solve. Then what we can do is that we know that m is for a and n is for b, q is for d and p is for c. So what we'll do is that we'll push all the a's. So first we'll push all the a's, and then when we are seeing b, when we'll see some b, we will pop some a, we'll pop the a's, we'll pop this. And suppose that m minus n, that means a minus b, so there might be situation that some a's might be left. If there are no a's left, then we can conclude that the language is not regular, or it might turn out that q minus p is also 0. If m minus n is 0, then q minus p can also be 0. But suppose that there are some a's which are left in my stack. So suppose this much a's are left in my stack, and now what I will do is that I will push the c's. Now I'll push the c's in my stack. So I push some c's in my stack, and now when I will see when I will see the D's, I will pop the C's. So while seeing the D's, I am popping the C's. And suppose by this way all my C's are over. And now I have still left with some D's. And now if I'm by cancelling, by popping this A for the D's, if the stack gets over and I can see the special symbol, then I can conclude that this condition is matching, and I will say that yes, you can construct. Now if you can construct such, then we can say that it is a context free language. So first part is a context free. And the second question number 2, this is very easy. So we've already seen an example, a to the power n, b to the power n. It is just the extension of a to the power n and b to the power n. So in this we have a m b n c p and dq, and we have to say that m equals n and p equals q. It is very easy. First, to take all the a's, we already have a special symbol. We'll take all the a's, and when we will see the b's, we will pop the a's. So in any condition, suppose that we have a b left but we don't have any a left, then we can conclude that it is not a context free language, right? And suppose if all the a's, for all the a's we can cancel our corresponding b, then we'll go to c. And now in the same stack we will take, we will push C in the stack, and whenever we encounter a D, we'll pop a C. Whenever we encounter a D, we'll pop a C. And now at the end of the string, if my stack is empty, then I can conclude that this is also a context free language. So number 2 is also a context free language. Coming back to number 3. In number 3, we have m, n, and n, which are dependent on each other. M equals n equals n. So if we have more than 2 variables dependent on each other, then it cannot be a context free language. So 3 cannot be a context free language. So 1 is a context free language, 2 is a context free language, 3 is not a context free language. And again in 4 we see that we have a multiplication operation and a plus operation. So we can do plus and minus using stack, but we cannot do the multiplication operation using stack the way we are defining it. So number 4 will also not be context free language. So there are only 2 context free languages, which are 1 and 2. Thank you very much.